What up? It's Razor Pop lah.
Hi, I'm Razor Pop, and today's discussion is Asian singers eyeing the US market.
And we have in the studio with us three guests, Ying from Lianhe Wanbao, Sheila from Tabla, and Jeannie from Radio 91.3.
Currently, we're seeing a new wave of Asian singers releasing English singles and albums in the US.
Now there's K-pop princess BoA, Seven, who's also from Korea, Japan's Utada, who's making her second attempt, and not forgetting Singapore's own Sun Ho.
So ladies, what do you think are the chances for this new wave?
Don't
be shy!
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I hope that they're successful. But it is an incredibly difficult market to break into, especially if you're Asian. You know, how many international Asian singers you know coming out of, the US. And, there's always that exotic factor that they all have. I mean, look at Sun Ho. She changed her name from Ho Yao San to Sun Ho to make it more, Western, to make it more, appealing to the Westerners, who probably cannot pronounce her full name. And it doesn't, Ho Yao San as opposed to Sun Ho on an album cover, which would work better, right?
It's cooler.
And, and I saw the video that she did, Geisha Girl. Am I right? Please tell me if I'm right. And, they put her in this really bizarre costume that looked like a cross between a bikini and a geisha kimono top. I mean, for Americans who don't know anything about Asia, and especially the music scene, over there, which is dominated largely by pop music, by hip hop, by R&B, and by rap, they're going to look at her and they're going to go, oh, she's Japanese, so we'll just stick her in a Japanese costume. That's the exotic factor in the video. So that's the danger, you see, because the exotica can only take you that far. What happens after that? You can change your name and make it more Western appealing. But how far can you go beyond, being exotic?
Yeah, that's true. But I mean, you've covered the K-pop beat quite well, and the new wave includes like BoA, Rain, Seven. Who do you think stands a better chance actually?
I think at this point of time it's probably BoA, because we know Rain is basically at this point of time busy with lawsuits. And Seven has been pretty quiet, honestly. And Rain, I guess there was also always the language barrier, because he couldn't speak very well in English. So I think language barrier is a big thing also. So BoA is, because right now, from what I know, SM Entertainment, her Korean company, is actually really pushing her, and they're actually, from what I read just now, they are actually up and coming possible collaborations between her and Snoop Dogg. So she has like big names to bring her into the industry. I think it's easier that way to break into the US market.
And I think the fact that she's a very sexy young woman helps. BoA is, not unattractive at all. She's quite hot.
And she can dance very well.
And she can dance well. Which is very, very important if you're going to do music videos.
And she can speak English.
Fluent English. Very well. So that's already a winner. And I mean, we all have seen Rain's unfortunate debut in Hollywood. And unfortunate. No matter what the marketing guys tell you, you got to speak English. You've got to do interviews, and you get. Looking pretty is one thing, but I think she might do
a
better job. She might get a little bit further ahead than maybe the guys might.
Okay. Besides, the artist's own personal own appeal, I think we also have to look at the record label and how they market the artist. This is what we'll discuss when we come back.
Yo, what up? It's Razor Pop lah.